Welcome, Traci Campoli. I'm so excited to have you here.
Hello, thank you so much. I'm super, super psyched to be here to talk to you today.
Yay! You guys, if you don't know Traci Campoli, you have to. She helps busy babes who struggle with loving their body, losing weight, and embracing la dolce vita lifestyle to become fit fashionistas. She has a successful, cuff understatement, YouTube channel with over 9 million views and was recently awarded one of YouTube's Next Up creators for 2016. Welcome, Traci.
Thank you. I'm so happy. I'm super excited to talk to you and to talk to everyone here today. So thanks.
Yeah, totally. So you've become kind of a YouTube sensation. Can you tell me a little bit about your past life before you did what you're doing today and what that transition has been like?
Yeah, totally. So I started off as a dancer,
Okay,
and I was just like a professional dancer, straight out of university.
cool.
And then, like most dancers, I decided to become a Pilates instructor.
Awesome.
So I worked for many years at a gym here in New York City,
Okay,
and was a Pilates instructor. And then in 2008, I started my own business, which was I first started out strictly as a Pilates studio. And then
okay.
that evolved into coaching and wellness and then YouTube and the whole thing.
Oh my gosh, so interesting. And as you were going through that journey, like what was your biggest challenge?
It's interesting. I think for me, the hardest thing was making the jump from going from working at the gym, which was really easy. I had sort of a cushy setup. I was making decent money. I was kind of calling my own shots,
Yeah.
but I knew I wanted something more. And so when I had many sleepless nights because I was so afraid. I was just really afraid to start my own business. And it's so funny, as the universe works, like immediately once I started my own business, I had like more than doubled my income and it was
Wow.
really easy. The hardest thing was the leading up to it. It was crazy. So if I could talk to myself back then, I'd be like, girl, relax. It's all going to work out. Like trust
Yeah.
yourself, trust your heart.
Cool. And I'm so curious. So like did you kind of know YouTube was the place that you wanted to focus, or was it kind of accidental that that ended up being your focus? Yeah.
Totally, totally accidental. So what happened, at one point, I forget what year it was, but I thought I was going to leave New York City.
Okay.
And so I'd always wanted to make a DVD. It's funny because like who uses DVD now? But in fitness world and at that time, I was like, I
Yeah.
want to make this DVD. So I made a DVD and it was
Hmm.
awesome. And then as it turns out, I didn't end up moving. So I had this DVD that all my clients were going crazy for,
Yeah.
and so I was like, "Well, I'd like to sell it. So how can I sell it?" And
Hmm.
I always had this vision of wanting to be outside of the studio, having a bigger reach, and YouTube was the perfect platform for me because it's like I think
Yeah.
4 billion eyeballs on YouTube a day.
It's insane.
So I just started uploading little videos, and it was completely like I didn't have a strategy. I didn't have a real plan, which
Hmm.
is fascinating because, of course, now with everything I know, it's like
Yeah.
if you have a strategy and you're using YouTube, it's amazing.
Yeah. Ooh, I love it. Is there one nugget you would give to somebody who's like a lot of people are like new entrepreneurs who are like watching this or maybe just about to transition, like with YouTube specifically, do you have like one tip that you love or like one thing if you could give them?
Yeah, I think, there's so many nuggets, but
Yeah,
really, and it's funny because I get asked about this all the time
I'm
now.
sure. Yeah.
And I'm actually starting this whole other, side of my business. I think, the main thing is that you have to really have the vision of what it is, like, what is your end goal that you would like? It's just like, in your business. Is it,
Mhm.
do you want to be a YouTuber, which is completely, there's people making millions and millions of dollars
Yeah,
being
totally.
YouTubers. Or, is it, or if it's like me, where it's like YouTube is really sort of my business card, where it's a
Love
way for
it.
people to really get to know me, get to really, work with me on a very small scale in these little
Yeah.
3 to 5 minute videos. And
Hmm.
then from there, it's like most of my private clients, they at this point really do come from
From
YouTube.
YouTube.
So I think
Okay.
really, yeah, the foundational piece, the number one thing, don't do it like I was, where I was like, oh, I'm just like, gonna put out videos now. Don't do that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
really decide from the beginning of like, what is it that you would like to have be the end result? Because that will
Got it.
make it a lot easier and you'll skyrocket the success a lot quicker.
Such good advice. I love it. Um, And one of the themes of this summit is women inspiring other women. So it can be so competitive out there, and there can be such a scarcity mentality. And I'm so passionate about this concept. If she can do it, I can too. So and I'm curious if there have been any women in particular in your life that have kind of like paved the way for you, or that you've looked up to, or that are like business, I don't know, role models that you want to share with us, and how they like helped you.
Totally. You know, the first person that comes to mind, and she's actually one of my best friends, and I met her at like a business, seminar several years ago. Didn't know anyone in the room, and it was one of those things. There's only about 10 women in the room, and we happened to be sitting on the opposite sides of the room. We're both blonde. It's my friend Lynn Casey.
Okay.
And she's just an amazing business. I mean, her brain is incredible. She runs an uber successful business on top of being a single mom to 3 grown children. And it's just, and she's like super hot, and she's really smart, and she's just like makes incredible money. And I just feel so lucky that, I mean, she's someone that I reach out to. I mean, literally all the time when I have questions, I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this idea? Because her brain, I'm just like, I feel so grateful, and I love her. So
Awesome. That's great. It's so important to have those, like, I don't know, I like to call them entrepreneurial running buddies, and people that you can bounce ideas off of. Yeah, 100%. Love it.
That's a great way of naming that. Yes, yeah. I might steal that. I'll give you credit, of course.
Go for it. In your opinion, what's the best part of being an entrepreneur?
The best part is the freedom. I think it's so important to remember that this is our game, right? As entrepreneurs, like, so if you're unhappy, or you're feeling stressed out, or you're feeling overworked, it's like, well, then it's up to you to really change that.
Yeah.
To really look at like, all right, what is it that I want to do? What's really making me happy? So I think that's really the best part, is that, to be able to, like, today I just like came up with this idea, created this whole project around it. And like, that's amazing. That's like, you get to do that. That's just awesome.
I love that. And one thing I also wanted to ask you, and I was just thinking about this before, so self-care is your jam, right? Like taking care of yourself, all of that. And what would you say to the woman who's just starting out and she's kind of overwhelmed? Like, I know in my first, when I was like in my transition and I was working full time, and then I had these side clients, and I was just like hustling, like self-care was the first thing to go. Do you have any tips for somebody who's like, I don't know, short on time, and like puts a lot of pressure on themselves, and feels like they're dating their laptop and drinking too much coffee, and something tells me that the people watching this are feeling that way.
Totally. I mean, that is a choice, and I get it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and this is like what we need to drive home, is that if you aren't taking care of yourself, your business cannot grow. If you are exhausted, and you are eating crap, and you are not exercising, and you are not doing, having some kind of mindfulness practice, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's journaling or meditation, or, having your girlfriends, whatever, really lights you up. Yeah. If you let that go, your business will suffer. You will not be able to grow, because you will just feel like a robot. So you have to know that it's not selfish for you to take care of yourself. And not only is it not selfish, it is not taking away from your business. It is helping your business to grow. I'm not a mother yet, but one of the ideas that I put into practice is like hard line of when I'm finished. When people ask me to do like an interview or something like that, maybe they're on the West Coast, and they'll suggest like 6 p.m. or 6:30. I'm like, no, I try to finish my day. I don't care what's going on by like 4 or 5 p.m. Because I want some daylight, So you absolutely, like, you must know that it is hurting your business if you're not taking care of yourself. So every little bit helps too. You don't have to spend hours in the gym. You don't have to have like crazy food plans, but all of these simple steps with consistency, that's what really adds up.
I love it. And you have something really juicy that you're offering, a 5-step proven formula to create lasting weight loss without calorie counting and radiate confidence. Who doesn't want that? I want that.
I mean, Who doesn't want that? Yeah, it's awesome. It's called Stop Dieting and Start Living. I was a chronic dieter all through my teens and my 20s. And so this is actually a 5-step process that I, in the past, have only shared with my private clients. It's a video training. We have some audios. We even have some written work. So it's a really, really juicy gift that I'm super happy to share with you.
Amazing. And we get that at tracicampoli.com/stop-dieting-start-living, correct?
Yeah,
and we'll
it's
have
kind of long.
We'll have that come up here, you guys, and we'll post it in the show notes. I love it. And then you also have a membership program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? And yeah,
totally. So I have it's called Total Body Transformation.
Awesome.
So basically, this is probably perfect for women in your community that are all super busy. I get it. We're all super busy. So what it is, it's $9.99 a month.
Amazing.
It's like the most amazing, and basically what it is, you get workouts, like they're full length workouts. So nothing is more than a half an hour. You could do them anywhere. I know you're traveling this year, so
I literally think I'm going to download it and do it right after this interview. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I'm like traveling and I'm like, I think I need some Traci in my day.
Absolutely. And we lay it all out for you, and we even have a group coaching call once a month.
Cool.
So it's like, there's no other, $10 a month. I mean, it's crazy. And you have an incredible community. So it's all about self-care, making it happen. We do little challenges. It's awesome. You get a private Facebook group. It's rad. So it's Total Body Transformation.
Oh, I love that. I'm so excited. Cool. Any last piece of advice, tip, or just anything that you want to share with our viewers before we hop off?
Yeah, I really believe that it's for women, it begins inside. Everything is an inside job. And the more experience I get in business and the older that I get, which I'm happy to say, I realize that just everything that you want in your life, whether it be business, whether it be, a fitness, a health goal, even relationship goals, it all begins with mindset. Mm-hmm. And so when you have that your mindset clear and a success mindset backing you up, everything that you desire, it's really possible for you. And I know that might sound like kind of cheesy and like a Pinterest quote, but I swear
it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah, like, if your mindset is kind of wacko and off base, it doesn't matter what's going on. And it is true that, one of the things that I see with so many women that I work with is that we think we can compartmentalize. Like, I have the relationship box, but I don't have the business box. And I certainly don't have that health and fitness. And it's like, no. It's all
one box.
So it's like, you got to get your life going like this, where you're kind of, easing through the different boxes of your life, because there really is no box, as you said. So I hope that helps.
No, I love that. I so agree. It's all related. And I especially love your tip about, like, your bottom line will suffer if you're not taking care of yourself. And I think that that's so juicy. So thank you so much for making time to be with us today and for all of your beautiful insights.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Always great to connect with you, my love.
Totally. Bye, sweetie.